Hey people, it is Monday, October the 9th, which is Thanksgiving Day here in Canada. It's currently 3:10 in the afternoon, and it's a chilly 10 degrees Celsius. I'm on the corner of Yonge and Queen, and as you can see, despite the statutory holiday, Yonge Street is quite busy today. Stores are permitted to remain open on Yonge Street and a few other select areas around the city on stat holidays, since they're considered a tourist zone of sorts. And right over here on this side, the Eaton Center is also open, so I thought I'd take a walk through the mall and we'd check out how busy it is today on Thanksgiving. And then I'd continue on and walk through a couple of other smaller shopping malls, and we'll see if they are dead or alive today. I thought after the Eaton Center I would take a peek in the atrium on Bay, and then I would continue up to College Park and maybe the Aura Mall, the weirdo dead mall at the base of the Aura condo tower. We'll see if there's any activity in there today, if it's even open. Alright, we successfully dodged multiple security guards hanging around at the entrance there. So, lots of people in the mall today on Canadian Thanksgiving. Of course, I think yesterday was the day when most families did the big Thanksgiving meal. I can see that the new glass is progressing ever northward, replacing the panels of the glass atrium. See the dark section up ahead where they still have work to do. And there's the big fountain. It's nice to see it running. Let's head up a level. This is probably the most awesome view of the mall here. Once again, we'll look down at the fountain. You'd never know today was a stat holiday based on the traffic inside here. So obviously all the people working in the mall right now are getting paid time and a half for working on a statutory holiday. And I think it's voluntary for most of them. I'm sure some people probably have no choice. And I doubt they're very happy about that, hence the getting paid time and a half, but even so, I think I'd rather have the day off if it were up to me. And you can see the work underway up ahead, replacing the old glass, and you can see how different the old glass looked compared to the new glass back behind us. It's definitely much murkier and not nearly as transparent. Looks like they're going to be housing an exhibit in here. This is the former Nordstrom store. I guess it's a temporary exhibit as the space is currently vacant. I have heard some rumblings, though, that there might be a big announcement coming up about the future of this space. Obviously, I didn't check out the entire mall. I just sort of walked straight through, because we do have a few other spots to check out. So the Eaton Center is definitely alive today. Let's head out. I could enter the atrium on Bay completely through the path system without having to go outside, but let's just head outside and we'll just walk at street level to the atrium mall. Yonge and Dundas in all its usual chaotic energy. All right, let me see if I can get around this loud preacher singer here. I am going to head up to the entrance to the atrium just north of Dundas here. I'm pretty sure that amplified music like that is not really permitted anymore unless you have a permit. And something tells me that she does not have a permit for that. Alright, so here's the Yonge Street entrance to the atrium on Bay. Let's see if this mall is dead or alive. Well, it's certainly night and day compared to the Eaton Center, but I do see some people walking around. There's the flagship Muji store. And here's the atrium that is referred to in the name of the mall. In some ways, this is more impressive than the Eaton Center, at least in this section here, but obviously this mall is just a fraction of the size. And it is pretty dead, I have to say. It's not a complete ghost town, but I think dead is an appropriate word to use. It's looking down into the food court. I am a big fan of this atrium, though. So if you're ever in the Eaton Center and the crowds are getting on your nerves and the weather's not good and you need another nice dry, warm / air-conditioned space to hang out in, just come up to the atrium on Bay. You get all the comfort without the crowds. I think that's the only downtown Red Lobster location. And we've emerged onto Bay Street. So let's head up to the shops at Aura. And I see this protest is still making its way north up Bay Street. I encountered this earlier in a previous video. Let me just get past this as quickly as possible. Once I get up to college, or actually Girard. I'll take Girard Street to get away from the protest here. All right. Now let's continue with the theme of my video. We're going to head to what is probably the most bizarre mall in downtown Toronto. So here's the Aura condominium, and at the base of this is a retail podium with an IKEA store, a large Marshalls, but at the basement level there are the shops at Aura. Which has generally been regarded as a failed mall, although it has been gradually gaining tenants over the years, and has taken quite a few years now just to get up to being somewhat occupied. We're back at Yonge Street again. So here's the entrance to the IKEA, which is open. I have done a video touring the IKEA store. And right next door, in the next building up, is the College Park complex. So let's head inside. So you go up to the Marshalls store, but you go down to the shops at Aura.
Okay, maybe 5. Yeah, let's not go.
Let's see if it's changed since my last visit. And will it be even deader than the atrium on bay? There's a map now. I don't remember seeing this map before. So as you can see, there are like over 100 little retail spaces here. 111 or 12, 13, 14, 121 I see the number go up to. But how many of them are actually occupied and busy is another question altogether. And there are so many of them because they're very tiny retail spaces. Like maybe around 150 square feet.
Thank you.
And you can walk from here all the way downtown underground.
And that doorway there will lead us to the College Park complex, so I'll be heading through there after we take our tour around the shops at Aura. And a lot of these places are closed. For lease, empty, closed. This one's open, as is this one. They're both Sun Nails locations. Same business with two different stalls by the looks of it. Yeah. Closed and empty now. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have improved much, although I imagine if I were here on a non-stat holiday, a lot of these stalls would be open. But the theme of this video is, let's see what things are like on a stat holiday. Because these are permitted to be open today. So a lot of these places are either choosing not to open of their own accord, or they're just rarely ever open in any case. There are a few. The ones that are open tend to be mainly salons and nail places and that sort of thing. But this is open. It's kind of a neat store. Banana games. Here's a pickup point for the IKEA. And that leads up to a parking level. So now I'm sort of repeating myself here. Let's head over to the doorway that will take us to the College Park Mall. I don't think I walked down here actually. Or maybe I did. It all looks so samey. There's a barber shop. Alright, well, that was the shops at Aura. And it is dead. Doesn't look like it's improved much since my last visit. Definitely the most bizarre mall, if you could call it a mall. So now we're going to head inside a much healthier mall. This one is older. I think the shops at Aura opened around 2015 or so. College Park, I think, dates back to the 80s, or I'm not even sure exactly. It's been here for decades, as far as I know. And it's definitely a lot more traditional in its appearance, with more average size retail spaces, and even mall music playing here. Got some Beach Boys currently blasting away. And there are a couple of grocery stores in here and a Dollarama. And some pretty impressive looking interiors, to be honest. Over there is a food court and the Metro grocery store. And this place is definitely a lot more lively. I'd say it's more lively than the Atrium on Bay. And looking out into the park, College Park itself. So this one is fairly alive. And I think this leads to the Dollarama store at the very end. There was another level up above with the Farm Boy grocery store and some other shops. Service Ontario has their main downtown location here. It's a major office tower connected to the College Park complex. So here's the Farm Boy. And that's looking out towards Bay Street. Rexall. And here's some elevator banks leading up to the office tower. Not everything is open though. But compared to the shops at Aura, this place seems fairly thriving. That'll take you out to College Street. I think there's a way to get back down to the lower level. And you can see straight towards the IKEA store. And a pretty nice chandelier. I think that's nicer than the chandelier at Union Station. They should trade chandeliers. So we were here already, but this time I will take a right down towards the food court. The Metro. Of course, the stores that are open today are operating on reduced hours. So the Metro would normally be open until 10 p.m. I think it closes at 6 p.m. today. And same with the shops at the Eaton Center and most places along Yonge Street. And one of the only Taco Bells left in downtown Toronto right there, if not the only one, in the heart of downtown anyway. There's one at Dufferin Street near Dufferin Mall, but that's not really downtown. There's an entrance to College subway station. And there's a doofus riding the escalator, holding a little gadget in his hands. Back outside. Here we are at Yonge College. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. We made our way through several downtown shopping malls on Thanksgiving Day. Some were very much alive and some were very much dead. Well, at least one was very much alive, one was very much dead. And the other two were somewhere in between. So I hope you enjoyed the Dead or Alive in downtown on Thanksgiving walk. Be sure to leave a comment down below and then let me know your thoughts. And also be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal or via my merch store, or you can become a channel member or support the channel through a super thanks. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.